Hi, thank you for watching our video today. I wanted to show you some techniques that I used in making our abundance jar here. I took a jar that we bought from Walmart, and it was just a plain, ordinary jar, clear, and I took the rock candy crackle paint and I painted it with that, let it dry and crackle, and then I alcohol inked it because I wanted to give it sort of a carnival glass look. And I alcohol inked it with 5 different colors: oregano, mushroom, butterscotch, terracotta, and ginger, to give it the real rich autumn colors. I also used the alphabet type charms and spelled out the word thankful. I'll show you what those look like. They come in a package like this right here. And you get the stickers, the epoxy, and the little charms. And this is how you do them. They come like this. This is your charm. So you will put the little letter inside of them, like this. And then you take your clear epoxy and you go over it like this. Now on this right here, I wanted to give the epoxy some color, so I alcohol inked it just slightly using the same colors. So you can see here that it just kind of has a little bit of that alcohol inked look on the epoxy. You don't want to do it too much or you won't see your letters, but that just gives it just a real aged look. Another thing that I used was his ball chain here, and I just cut it to size, and I used the little connector, and then I just put it over the jar, and I used the jump rings and attached the charms onto the ball chain using the jump rings. I also put another one up here on the lid, and I also crackled and alcohol inked the lid too. I used the keys, the word keys. This one says heart. And I used the swivel clasp to attach the key onto the lid with the swivel clasp. I also decorated the top here, you can see, with some Prima flowers, which go really great with this look. I distressed them with the Distress Stickles rock candy, of course. I can hardly do anything now without using that. So I distressed it. It gives it kind of just a real great vintage look. I also used some of his foliage, his metal foliage flowers, and I put the foliage inside of some of the flowers and then used some of the foliage leaves to just make an arrangement around the flowers. I used one of his locks. I think if you have a key, you need a lock somewhere, so I just incorporated the lock here. I glued all of this on with Glossy Accents, which is a great glue, of course, and it holds really well and it adheres to it really fast. So I put also some of the other ideology things inside of the flowers that you can see, and just made a really nice collage on top of the lid. So another thing I want to show you is I took cardstock, and you can see right here, this is what the cardstock looks like before, and this is what it looks like after. It kind of looks like an old crackled piece of leather. And the way I did that was I just distressed it with my vintage photo all the way around, as dark as you'd like or as light as you'd like. Then I put my Distress Crackle Paint Clear Rock Candy on top, let it dry. I also use my distresser here, and I distress the edges like you're just going to distress your edges just like this until you get the look that you like. Then I stamped it with this great alphabet that we have called the Cirque alphabet, and I stamped it with my last initial to my last name, but you can use whatever you would like. But being that it's going to go on my Thanksgiving table, I wanted to have my last name or my last initial. So I just basically stamped that, and I used the archival ink here because it doesn't smudge and it doesn't fade. It's waterproof also, so I just stamped my B onto my piece of paper after I distressed it, and then I used my Glossy Accents to glue it onto the jar. So that's how I did that. But I also want to show you a couple of things that I used. I used a couple of the things out of the Brad assortment from My Little Yellow Bicycle Autumn Bliss line. These are awesome and beautiful brads. I used the pearl brad in this flower, and then I used the other brad in this flower right here. And you can see by the package how beautiful they are. There's a lot of other great things in that line, and I just wanted to show you just a few things here that they have in their line that you can incorporate in a lot of your holiday decor. And they also have some beautiful pages for page layouts. I have here one of their scalloped pages that I think that you could actually use for a placemat at your table. It's beautiful enough, and I'll move this just so you can see, it's beautiful enough that you could do it for a doily, for a placemat, or anything that you would like at your autumn table. Also, I was going to show you what we do with our abundance jar. We take tags, and we let each family member write a sentiment or a blessing on them, place them in the jar, and then after dinner, you pass the jar around and you let everybody take a tag out and read it at the table. And then afterwards, I take a ring and bind the tags together and save it in a scrapbook or whatever you would like, or you can just put them back into your jar for next year. I wanted to show you one more thing because this is something that I use a lot because I like the distressed look. I don't like shiny things. I like it to all look vintage. This is a product called Black Patina. It's for solder, lead, or any metals. You can see here that I have taken this ring right here and I've made it not quite so shiny. You can see here is a ring before and here's a ring after. What you're going to do is you're just going to dip your metal into your black patina, and you're going to just let it just sit in there for a little while, and then what it will do is it will let you, it will turn black until, and you don't really want to use your hands because this is chemical, but you can see here that it's turned black. And then you're just going to let it dry on a paper towel, and then once it's dry, you'll just kind of wipe it off, and it just ages it. Once you wipe it off, it is going to take just a little bit of the black off, so you can just kind of see here what it's going to look like. But it distresses it, and it's a great product. So we have this available. We have all of these products available that I've showed you today, and I would love to have you place an order on our online store, and we will get this shipped out to you right away. And again, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and thank you so much for watching our videos.